Nothing silly, you regret, my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy. And I can send it in a text, my boy.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And this one features Trevor Lawrence. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns.
One-loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped about all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing now is Lance. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline. But what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. Number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. And now here's a carry heading left. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Jaguars had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And right now they're probably asking, hey, who did we offend in the scheduling office? Back-to-back road games to start the season.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll bet someone called the league office to protest, but sometimes it just shakes out that way. But they can get out of this with a split, knowing they'll get those home games later in the season. It could be quite an advantage for them if they take care of business now.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Lawrence to throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A first carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Right back to Hubbard. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave him exactly what they needed.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
All right, makes the catch off the tip by the safety. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. After 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's Lance. And this is going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, How much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 26. To throw, it's Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, it's Dillon. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Lance. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Dillon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Running right, here's Dillon. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lance. They go screen with Dillon. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Lance looking to throw it. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. Now swing pass for Dillon. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Lance. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
I'm ready.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Lawrence to throw. Uncorks one for Davis. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Lawrence will throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the 3rd quarter here. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Lawrence. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. A give up the middle, Hubbard. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, to be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 26. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw taken in by Slayton. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Hands it off out of the gun. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Ready?
They'll run for it. It's Hubbard. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Here's Lance to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. 51 yards on the punt there. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a tight, low-scoring affair thus far. 3-3 is our score heading into the fourth. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
On 3rd down, Lawrence finds his tight end Ingram. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Ready, set.
4th down. Here's Lawrence. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, we all know possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
Again, it's Lawrence. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And that will be incomplete.
But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat, but a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. And Lance now to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And some room to work. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Throwing now is Lance. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Lance, his third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-3. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
A good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Lawrence on the sneak, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
He's going to look deep down the field. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the fourth.
And you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40. Past the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, 49ers. This game wasn't timed for long. How about that? A big return here in the fourth.
And this is that time of game where every big play is magnified. Fourth quarter, kick return for a touchdown. You've got to feel great about your chances at this stage of the game.
Yeah, they regain taking the lead. Now we'll see if they can hold it. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars.
Trailing 17-10, 2:10 on the clock. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10.
Lawrence's throw going to be caught by Davis.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards that time for number 14. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Back to throw, Lawrence.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Now, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Throwing now, Lawrence.
They'll roll him out right. And this one's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Lawrence. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14.
4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
Here's Lawrence.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going.
And yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
I'm ready. Block it, block it.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Now Myers for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. That time a 9-play drive. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now Lance. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Here's Lance. Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. And Lance again going to keep it. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 31, Lance. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Oh, look at this play call. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Kyle Shanahan an offense in mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now we'll see what Lawrence can do in overtime. Into the hands of Ingram. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes his legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They go play action with Lawrence. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Here's Logan Cook now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. On 2nd down, here's the option. Oh, and what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get in overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is thrown at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
And now the timeout comes in with just 1 second left in overtime. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us. We came here to see the winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. End up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah.
MEH, man.